Cool. Looks like we are live. What's going on, guys? I think we're live. Right? Can you guys hear me? I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Cool. What's going on, guys? All right, 1 second. Let me just fix my screen because it might be too wide. Oh, wow. It's super wide. That's what she said. All right. Cool. What is going on, guys? Good to see everybody. So this morning we had red folder news. Retail sales came out, and it is completely messing with the markets at the moment. This is why I wanted to stay out. Even though it looked like there was potentially liquidity drawn, I think this was just, right now it's just inducing some longs, right? So if you didn't know about the red folder news and you're just looking at the market, and this is NQ right here, right? You see that we took liquidity below London low, came up, retraced, and in a typical scenario, you were looking for longs from here, right? Even I was looking for potential. I didn't enter a trade, but even I was looking for potential longs from here, right? But right now it induced a lot of longs, and what ended up happening, as we're seeing in real time, is this is completely obliterating anybody who tried to go long after London liquidity was taken. So right now, for me, it's just a wait and see moment. Let me actually announce this. I did not announce this. 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to announce it on the Discord. Live. No. All right. So that is NQ. ES likely doing something similar as well. Now, I did say on ES that we do have this daily fair value gap that we are digging into, right? So if you look here, there's a daily fair value gap. That is currently where we're digging into. Now, on the daily, it looks very skinny. When you switch to the 5-minute, you see really quick that it is pretty significant because obviously we're on a lower time frame. So this right here is the entirety of that fair value gap. So I'm curious to see whether this actually acts as any sort of support, right? Support just yet, or if it's going to get completely ran through. So let's wait and see. Now, the dollar continues to move higher. Not only is there that daily fair value gap, woo, what the hell? But if you look at the monthly, I noticed there was a monthly fair value gap too. So I think what the dollar is going to do is likely dig into here before having any shot at retracing, right? It's so funny because if you look at, it seems like the last few days, certainly it seems like January was pretty sluggish, right? But if you take a look at the monthly on the SPY, especially if even if you don't adjust for dividends, if you just take a look at the monthly, if I told you that the SPY was only down 0.83%, you wouldn't believe me, right? It seems like day after day, we've had some pretty perceptively bearish days, but what happens is those days end up recovering. So even January 11th, right, we had this big red wick, But then, it obviously got bought up. Same thing as January 12th. Same thing as January 16th, right? So if you look at it just in terms of the entire month of January right now, the 2 weeks that we've had since the new year, we're only down 0.83%, which at least to me doesn't seem, it seems unrealistic. Like I would think that we'd be down more, 1 to 2%. But that's not the case, right? That's not the case. Now, a lot of you are asking what happens here at all-time highs. I want to keep monitoring this because there are a few trades that I am interested in taking. So I don't want to go too off the deep end in terms of broad-based. Ooh, okay. This is very interesting. Thursday, January 11th. So we're starting to dig into last week's price action here, right? And this is the day that I was saying got bought up heavily, right? We had a deep red until, and this was on, hold on, January 11th was CPI day. Yeah. So this was CPI low right here. This is CPI low right here. Tesla puts, yeah, we got into Tesla puts yesterday. So after the YouTube live stream, I then took the stream in-house, as we do every day, into the Discord, and we got into the Tesla 220 puts. Now, those Tesla puts, I took some off at 30%. But let me check right now. Those Tesla puts are now trading. Oh, wow. They're up 90%. Damn it. Should have left more than runners. Awesome. I only have runners, but awesome for you guys if you kept the position. But Tesla is one that I'm looking at, and NQ right here with these equal lows. I think these equal lows will get smoked. So I'm going to be waiting for that before even thinking about a long. But we are now digging into CPI lows here. I haven't taken a trade yet. Yeah, those Tesla puts are up quite heavily. Very nice. Yeah, they're up 93%. Let me actually send out. Let me see where Tesla's at right here before I close them. Come on. Tesla 225. I'm personally going to close them. Even though I do think that Tesla might go lower, we are at yesterday's high here. Sorry, high. Haha. Yesterday's low. Right? So interested to see what happens here. This is a heavy, like if I pull up the volume profile tool, this is probably a heavy buy area for Tesla. Let's go back a year. So January 2023, right? Oh. Yeah, aside from this point of control and the area around it, there is a heavy volume shelf here. And if we go back further, yeah, it's still around there. What if I went back to all-time high? Yeah. So on Tesla, I mean, even if you go back to all-time high, the most volume is actually above this. So I would not be surprised to see Tesla start basing here. It looks like it is really, hopefully, it forms a base here, right? As, I mean, it's only been 2 days, but as it continues to match yesterday's lows, right? Wow, VIX is up 6%. Yeah, I mean, if you watch my latest market update video, I was saying that, actually, let me see if I can pull it up for you. So if you take a look at what happens after a 20% year, it's very common to see sluggishness in January and February, right? And last year we had a 20% year. But it's also very common for that to continue, right? And same thing with an election year. Usually you tend to see a very slow start to the beginning of the year before then rallying. Now, I think we do have some other factors to take into account, like the fact that a recession is being priced in at, or not priced in, but expected at 70% by May, which is the reason that you are seeing if it will pull up here, the probability of a cut being at almost 90%. So 44% think that we're going to get at least one cut by May. 46% think we're going to get a 50 basis point rate cut, whether that happens at once or whether, you know, we cut once in March and once in May at 25 basis points, right? All right. Let's see what's happening with NQ. Hopefully took out those lows that I was talking about, because it would make reading this a lot easier. Yep, took out those lows. As I said, those lows will get taken out. And ES, how far did it completely obliterate? Okay, this is very interesting on ES. ES is wicking into this fair value gap so far. Okay, not anymore. Well, let's see. I'm curious to see if it completely ignores it, which would mean that it's likely pretty bearish, not only for today, but for the following days. As I said in my market update from yesterday, I'm looking at hedging here for sure. Okay. S&P completely resolved that daily fair value gap. Would love to see a break above London low, although I'm not very optimistic about longs today. Wow, China stocks continue to tank. What is NEO doing? It's funny because there were a lot of people who were long on China stocks this whole time. Yeah, I think that there is an opportunity in China stocks soon, but I'm not going to try to catch a falling knife. That's for sure. That's for sure. But this is the worst performance of China stocks ever in comparison to U.S. stocks. Waiting for Riot to form a base before selling cash secure puts on it. Might go in the 2-year Treasury futures again. This is a nice drop here because of all the fear. Remember, we have FOMC February 1st. Contemplating whether to long the Treasury futures here before FOMC or not. I might take a crack at it, but I might do it in my real money account as opposed to my Top Step account because I can't hold positions overnight in Top Step. That's one of the drawbacks, right? I do like swinging, especially futures that are tied to macro econ. I do like holding them multi-day. But when you're trading a funded account, one of the drawbacks is, you can't hold positions overnight. Guys, there's 600 of you here and only 107 likes. This is a shame. This is a shame. It takes a lot for me to do this analysis than it does for you to just click that thumbs up. So just click it. What is this service called? This one? Top Step? No, Top Step is the funded account that I'm currently trading. Top Step is the funded account that I'm currently trading. Guys, put more likes. It's free. Yeah, it's free. Exactly. I'm listening to Flavor Trip. Nice channel. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. I love that channel. We're always playing that in the house. When you are quiet, are you able to give insight on what you're looking at? Whoa, bro. This that comment is completely baffling to me. One, I don't know if you're telling me to be quiet. Two, what else am I doing besides telling you what I'm looking at? What do you think about Upstart? I don't know, bro. What do you think about orange dreamsicle shakes? Lazy questions get lazy answers, guys. No thoughts questions. I will not answer them. Except for in the manner you just heard. What was your question on GLD, Nico? All right, I'm really looking to enter here. So my stop is 4.6, which means we're talking about 6250 times 4. Hang on. 62.5 times 4. So 250. It'll be roughly $300. I really want to take this. What does it look like on the 4 hour? I might take this swing, guys. What's crazy is if you look at its trajectory since it broke structure, it's been respecting every order block and fair value gap on this way up. What the only thing I'm worried about is the narrative, right? So obviously they're going to try to push right now. There's a lot of recessionary narratives, right? With the recession coming up in May, the recession expectations coming up in May. If that's the case, we're going to see yields continue to push up, which means that treasuries will tank. So let me see if I can glean something from the actual yield itself. Yeah, I might do that actually. Holding it for multi-day. Yeah, it's worth the risk for me. It's only $300. Mm-mm-mm. I might do this. Is there a micro for ZT? No. One of the only futures where there isn't a micro for. All right, let me see your guys' questions. Nico, you had asked me a question about gold. Messing with you. TA telling me GLD at a decent buy zone. Shit, nah, bro. Look at Dixie, Trixie Dixie. It's moving into the monthly fair value gap up there, right? And with expected bearishness, which I'm expecting bearishness to start the year, this could start inching towards there, which means that gold, for me, is a wait and see here until that happens. Right? Until that happens, gold is a wait and see. Now GLD is a lot less risky than GC, because GC futures for every point you're talking about $100, and GLD is cheaper. Now if you're looking to build a position in GLD, then yes, sure. But I would wait until we get to at least half of this fair value gap at 186. So, yeah. AMD, do we keep flushing? Margin for ZT is pretty cheap, though. That's right, Dina. You're right. Is this USH? I have no idea what that is, bro. Gold will retrace 1930 to 1960. Are you talking about futures or spot? Let's see. Oh, I don't know that it gets there, bro. I don't know that it gets that low. If you're talking about the futures price, I don't know how much it differs from spot. Not a huge difference, but it would be a gift. It would be a gift, right? If it got to that level. Honestly. But yeah, I'm not long in gold yet. I mean, really what would be awesome is if gold got here. So this right here is external range liquidity, right? So this is called ERL. I believe this is an ICT concept, but I backtested it and it's not 100% perfect, but my God, can it be a reliable source of high time frame analysis? And this is your IRL, right? So the concept goes that liquidity is drawing in one of two places, right? It's either going to a major liquidity zone, as we call external range liquidity, right? So highs above major highs, below major lows. And then after that happens, it is then going to get drawn to internal range liquidity, which is in the form of basically fair value gaps, volume imbalances, and order blocks, right? So it would be a gift if we got an ERL to IRL shift that took us down to this level. My God, that would be a gift for sure. But don't forget that fair value gaps are not the only forms of IRL, right? You also do have order blocks. So you have this order block here, which I guess could be considered mitigated by this, right? And there's a tiny fair value gap here that's for sure mitigated. So if you're considering this order block mitigated already, and your next IRL is down here, yeah, that would be a gift. But needless to say, I'm not long in gold yet. Okay? No chance in hell. Until we see Dixie move into that monthly fair value gap or show signs that this weekly, come on, this weekly order block here is strong enough to get rejected. So I'm waiting for one of those two scenarios before taking a long in gold. But I do think there will be a juicy opportunity in gold soon. Yes. And I'm looking for this juicy opportunity in 2-year futures. This is not an A+ trade, okay? But I am looking to swing this and potentially add to it. It is risky right before FOMC, because what could happen in FOMC is Jerome Powell could come out and, you know, even though they are planning to cut soon, could come out and talk tough and say, no, we have no plans for cuts, right? So the January 31st meeting, right? Did I say February 1st? My bad if I did. It's January 31st. It was February 1st last year, okay? But for the January 31st meeting, you know, he's likely going to skip and could come out and talk tough, right? And not give any indication that they're going to cut in March. So if that's the case, then we will likely, depending on how hawkish his comments are, we could likely see a further bump in yields and this finally start to break. So it is very, very risky to try to do this before January 31st, right? But been holding March ZT contract for months now. Okay, Arturin, that's awesome, especially if you got in at the October lows, right? Is it a good time to load on Tesla? See, you motherfuckers scare me with words like load. Load usually means, please give me permission to mortgage my house so that I can dump it in Tesla because a random YouTuber told me it was cool. All right. So just the fact that you use the word load, pause, just the fact that you use the word load, I'm going to say you're probably not a good candidate to be told what to do on Tesla. And I'm half kidding. I'm not even fully kidding. I'm half kidding, which means I'm half serious. Like it's so wild to me that there are people that are willing to literally dump significant amounts of money. Look, bro, I'm live streaming from a room in my house, right? Like you don't even know me. You're just literally watching a screen, getting ready to put your life savings into Tesla because me, some rando who turned his camera on this morning, is going to tell you, yes, bro, good time to load. Matter of fact, see that wedding ring on your wife's hand, make sure you pawn that too because, man, she will thank you in about a month. And you could buy an even bigger ring. So no, the word load scares me, bro. The way that you used it. Z the jeweler. Ah. All right, I want to look for trades here. Here's the way that I view investing, okay? One, know exactly what you're investing in. Okay, I'm going to give you a serious answer, bro. Know exactly what you're investing in. Like, have you taken a look at any of this? Be honest. Like, have you taken a look at any of this? If the answer is no, then pull up some financials and start combing through it, right? Once you figure that out, then look at the price itself and figure out whether it has more upside for you than downside, right? So what is the downside on Tesla long term? The downside on Tesla could be that it goes back to 100. I personally don't think it will go back to 100. I think that the downside is a little more limited than that. Could it go below 200? Yes, I could see a world in which it goes below 200. But what is the upside, right? After you factor in its growth, after you factor in what you think will be its penetration into the further penetration into the EV space, penetration into the AI space. Do you believe in things like robotaxi, which has been priced in at some point? Do you believe things like Cybertruck production? Do you believe that they're going to release a lower priced version of their cars that is going to further dominate the EV space? If that's the case, then the upside is way higher. But if you have absolutely no idea, then just sit on your hands, bro, until you figure it out. Any books on price action? No, you can't learn to trade off books. I've said that time and time and time again. The only books that I think are worthy when it comes to trading are psychology related books. And not even then. I think that, wow, respecting this daily fair value gap, heavy. Are psychology books, and they are misused. So anyone that knows anything about psychology knows that you cannot alter habits by reading something, even if it starts making sense to you. So what happens is people read psychology books, right? And things start making sense to them, like, oh my God, yeah, I do that. Yes, I do that. Yes, I cut my winners too quick, or I hold on to my losers too much. This is all making sense to me, right? And then they close the book and they think that their mentality's fixed. And it isn't, because mentality doesn't fix itself that way. Just because you agree with words written on a page doesn't mean that all of a sudden you are magically instilling good habits on a daily basis. You basically have to practice on a daily basis. I'm not going to go into, you can pick up like the mental game of trading, and it has a good exercise for you to implement on a daily basis. One of the things that I tell people to do is print out a contract. I know this isn't tree friendly or whatever, but go to Staples or Kinko's, print out 250 contracts that have all the rules that you find it hard to follow, right? Like, I will not take stupid trades. I will only take A+ entries. I will not sell myself short. If I enter a stupid trade, then I'm giving my money to someone else on the other side of the computer screen, right? Things like that, where you can sign it each day and like leave it on your desk. And that way you are less likely to take bad trades if you committed it to paper and put your signature to it. So there are things like that that can help you. Again, mental game of trading has a really good actual physical exercise to deter you from taking bad trades or making bad habits. But you're not going to read a book and then it clicks in your mind and then all of a sudden you're a great trader with good habits, right? You have to implement an exercise on a daily basis that's going to rewire your brain. Thoughts on Mara. Thoughts and players. Thoughts on PayPal. Thoughts and players, bro. Thoughts and players. Thoughts on thoughts. That's a good question, Jeremy. That's a great question. I'll have to get back to you on that. All right. I really want to long ES here. It's respecting this daily fair value gap. This is why, in my view, high time frame analysis is so important. Right? We grab this fair value gap from the high time frame. Forex gonna be removed or just talk? What are you talking about, bro? Do you know how big the Forex market is? I'm not liking these wicks either. We need to see displacement. I would really like to see displacement above this lower high here on ES. We are getting rejected, by the way. This level right here is London low. See? So we are having trouble crossing London low. And we are above the 930 open, but we're having trouble crossing London low. I really want to take a trade here. NQ is still in a bearish market structure, especially if it gets rejected off this fair value gap. And what is this? Oh, this was the double bottom. This is CPI low. This line right here is CPI low. And it's at a fair value gap. Man, these are tough levels for NQ and ES to break. London low for ES, CPI low for NQ. Let me take a look at the Russell. Ooh! Holy moly. Super nice bounce. Oh, shit. Look how big this 4-hour fair value gap is. Let's see if we can get a bounce here. Let's see what kind of structure we can break. Well, it is breaking on the 15-minute. This is a 4-hour fair value gap. I might take a trade off here. Why is my shit laggy? Come on, bro. That's not even a 2-to-1 though. Fuck. So my profit target would have to be here for 2-to-1. If that happens, okay, so we're going to go 1921, 1916. And for now, let's do 1931. Whoops, not that. Shit. Come on, bro. Let me send this out in the Discord. I mean, we are in a red day, so this is risky. But let's see. I'm going to take it anyway. I think it's a risky trade because the Russell's down 0.9%. But we did respect that 4-hour fair value gap. And we did break structure on even the 15-minute. So let's see what's what. In general, I don't like to long extremely bearish days and vice versa. But this is RTY, so every point in RTY is worth 50. There is a micro version of RTY called M2K. M2K or MK2? Hold on. Mortal Kombat 2. No, M2K. Which is a 10th of RTY. But the fact that there's a fair value gap here along with this order block, and this is a 2-to-1 trade, I like this entry. Your camera's blurry? Oh, shit balls, bro. Well, luckily, all you need is to look at the chart and not my ugly ass, but there you go. Fixed it. What's your technical view on UPST? See, Hamad Al-Atfi. This is a great question, bro. This is how good questions are formed. Let's see. This is a very specific question. I like it. My technical view of UPST on the 15-minute. Nothing, bro. It's still in a downtrend. There isn't anything of note. On the daily, you have a fair value gap here. Where the fuck are my tools? On a daily, you have a fair value gap here, but the fact that this one was completely ignored, and now you have a head and shoulders on the daily, to me, this looks bearish. To me, this looks bearish. So I have zero interest in this right now. Bro, this is going to go to our profit target, isn't it? Wait a minute. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. No worries, bro. Jenna says, yes, I can. I'm guessing you're talking about, yes, you can see me. Hold on. I got a really pivotal decision here. Let's see. It's 2 contracts. I'm going to take this trade. Definitely riskier, not A+. If you're new to futures, I would go with M2K as opposed to RTY. But let's see what's what. Potential day trade opportunities on Spirit. Man, you know what? Y'all need to stop chasing stuff, okay? And I don't mean y'all as in everyone, but people that ask about stuff like this, you guys need to stop chasing, dude. Like, it's kind of like that shiny object syndrome, right? Like you see something happen and then you want to follow it. That's not a way to trade, dude. One, all of the options premiums are now inflated because of this 50% drop or whatever it was yesterday, and another 22% today, right? Like all of the options premiums are inflated. So you're going to be paying a premium to gamble on a move that's already been made. Like what do you expect to get out of this? You missed the boat. Fine. Some people might have been in save either by luck or because they were betting on the merger news going south. But if you weren't in it, this is not like, when I see this, there's nothing attractive about this to me, right? But to a newer trader, they look at this and like, oh man, maybe there's something for me here. No, the something already happened. There's nothing for you here except for inflated options premiums. So you just let it be, bro. But up to you. You want to sell puts? I mean, if you like Spirit, sure. It's not something that I personally want to own. But yeah, if you like Spirit, then sure, you could sell the puts. But this went from $66 to $6. So obviously there will be at some point some bounce, some upside. Right now it's a falling knife. It's just not anything that I'm interested in. I think we're going to get a fill here. These wicks do not make me happy because they're right next to our stop too.
Order filled.
All right, let's see what happens. Take advantage of the high IV. Yeah, I mean, if you want to sell puts on save, that's fine. It's not something that I want to own, right? NQ ignition, did it take off? Let's see. I think it's still having trouble at CPI low. No. It's still having trouble here, man. At CPI low. Creeping? Not yet, man. This is a very tough level here. This is a very tough level here. All right, let's see. We're up $80 on this. $100. Let's see if we get a bounce here. Yeah, it's fluctuating between 100, break even, minus 20, break even. I'm just going to leave this because I have an OCO, right? So I have my stop and my sell limit. So I'm just going to leave it be and we'll come back to it. But NQ, yeah, I mean, let's see if it can make it past this. So there are two levels, right? NQ is stopped at CPI low, and ES is stopped at the London low, right? Both levels are very tough to get above. What about Boeing? What about it? Are you still raising funds for St. Jude's? Wait, Michelle, you don't see it on the live stream? That's concerning. You don't see the button on the live stream, guys? The St. Jude's button? It should still be there. Yeah, it's there. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think NQ and ES are going to have a really tough time getting above these levels today. Dina Del Sol donated $20. Thank you so much, Dina. Any thoughts on ET? Bro, ask me a better question. Damn, the longer that RTY spends dancing here, the less it makes me feel better. We need to see a violent bounce here. If it breaks below this, I might de-risk one contract. Let's see. Looking to break the low on Tesla. I think stocks are just, yeah, I mean, I think these equal lows will get taken out, but I think they're just really hovering in this really ugly range for today. Right? Like ES, as I said, is below London low, NQ is below CPI low. All right, we're back to green on RTY. Back to plus 100, plus 70. Oh, nice push. Plus 150, plus 160. I want to move my stop to break even soon. But I generally only do that. Here's a tip for you guys. I generally only do that when I'm at 1-to-1. So at 1-to-1, when we get to 1926, I'll move my stop to break even. Right? I don't move it to break even the minute that I see a little bit of green. It's up 220 now. Don't trade your P&L, guys. Trade the actual setup. Don't leave money on the table. It is a risky day, so I'm not like I don't hold it against people if they're trading in a risky trade and they feel, as time goes by, they feel slightly more shaky about the day, right? So if 220 is good profit for you, take it. But for me, I'm holding it. Up 230. That was a brave trade today. It's not that brave. It's only 2 contracts. And we got, confirmation of market structure break, et cetera, right? So up 230. What is struggling at this level? Let me see. Is there anything I need to be aware of here? I need to run out and do something, guys. 1 second. I'm going to keep the stream on, but I need to run out and do something. Well, he completely skipped it. All right, sorry. What are you looking at? PayPal? I have a long position on PayPal, by the way. Wee. PayPal stock downgraded. I don't see the layoffs, but I have a long position on PayPal. I am balls deep, 200K long in PayPal. Ooh, brave. See, this is why I get scared when you guys give me terms like balls deep and load up. Wait, revisiting the order block again. Definitely don't like that. Definitely don't like that. I'm just going to leave this OCO order here. And then carry on the live in the Discord. What if he means 1 inch deep? Y'all are crazy. Yeah, I'm going to move my stop up a little bit. Right there, maybe. And we'll see what's what. I have an OCO order set up, so, but this might get hit right now. Fuck it, I'll just put it back in the original stop. RTY is doing a bunch of wicking today, so let's see if we get follow through on this move. Oh, we crossed above CPI low on NQ. There might be a trade on NQ. Okay. Things are getting interesting. God damn, man. RTY back to green after NQ making this push. NQ is finally above CPI low. Let's see. But we haven't been able to cross above London on ES. Think we may push up from here. I don't know. There's a lot of inducement, a lot of resistance. Let's see. I mean, on the 1 minute, it looks like NQ's in a buy program for sure, Right? Respecting every FVG on the way up. This looks like a potential long here. Right here off this fair value gap, right? It's deep into OTE. Check out PHUNUS. No, bro. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Fun Us? What the fuck is that, bro? It sounds like a porn site. Ooh, wow. There's a huge RTH gap here. There's also one on RTY. RTY is still sitting at break even, man. This fucking trade is killing me. But that's what happens when you get a good entry. You can hold out, right? If you jump in something late, that's usually when you tend to jump in and out and second guess and all that. But when you get a really solid entry and just wait for it, you can hold out. It doesn't look like there's a ton yet. I mean, wait, we have... Oh, okay. We have like an hour and 10 minutes until lunch. So there's a chance for this move to happen. If we were closer to lunch, like if there was 10 minutes to lunch, then I would be more worried because, you know, lunch is usually when you tend to see a slowdown. But we will likely see a big move. Very tough day to go long, but we do have some confirmations here. I just wouldn't call a long A+ yet. Right? And remember, it's a red folder news day. we had retail sales in the morning. So let's see. Spirit Airlines, man, it's crazy. Crazy how people are willing to like chase moves that already happen. Nasdaq potentially has one more dump, scare off last remainders. I mean, that's not real analysis. Where in Discord this current live trade was shown? Well, why don't you ask the Discord, bro? If you're in there. It's right here. Is just me? Does that look like a bear flag? Bear flags are not a thing. When you're talking about long-term analysis, then yes, you can trade, not trade, but you can look at patterns and whatnot. But when you're talking about day trades, you're more so talking about liquidity and imbalances. Right? You're looking at horizontal levels. All right, guys. I'm gonna chase this up with a stream in the Discord. So I will see you guys in the Discord. Biggie or Pac, I love both, bro. I love both. Even though I'm from LA, I love both the same. I think Pac is more influential, but I think Biggie was a better lyricist for sure. I will see you guys in the Discord. So for those of you that want to join us there, check out the link in the description. Come join us in the Discord. We will continue this there. But yeah, hit that thumbs up on the way out. Thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.